This is yahoonews.com, yahoonews.com. U.S. has its own supply chain crisis brewing as dozens of cargo ships remain stuck off the coast of Los Angeles as they wait to dock. 28 ships were anchored off the coast of Los Angeles, Long Beach, waiting to dock on Thursday. California ports are congested, account for about one third of the U.S. imports. Read that again. California ports are congested and accounts for about one third of the U.S. imports. The port's delays pile on a host of supply chain issues. While the Suez Canal jam may be captured public attention, before the cargo ship Ever Given was freed, the U.S. is quietly facing its own supply chain crisis as dozens of freighters float off the coast of Los Angeles waiting for dock space to open up. The California ports in Los Angeles and Long Beach account for about one third of the U.S. ports. These ports operate as a primary source of imports for China and have been heavily congested for months. On Thursday the 28th, ships were anchored off the coast waiting for a spot to open up to unload at Los Angeles and Long Beach ports. According to the data for the Marine Exchange of Southern California, the Southern California ports are facing more congestion than ever. Before Kip Loted, executive director of the Marine Exchange of Southern California, told the Wall Street Journal, under normal conditions, the container ships rarely anchor. Loted said, the ships carry millions of dollars worth of popular imports, furniture, auto parts, clothes, electronics, plastics. According to the data for the Port of Los Angeles, supplies of these materials could be heavily depleted in the United States due to a backlog of ships. Lieutenant said increases in the consumer spending as a result, a spike in imports have overwhelmed the ports. The ports are setting records moving cargo, Lieutenant told the Journal. California port delays are already helping drive shortages and delivery delays in the U.S. California port delays seems to have peaked in early February, but have persisted in the recent months. On January 30th, Southern California port congestion a high record when 38 containers were waiting along the coast for room to open up to dock and unload. Gene Soroka, a Port of Los Angeles executive, warned the Los Angeles Board of Harbor Commissions in February that high import levels caused by increased spending during the pandemic were driving port congestions. The video of the U.S. Coast Guard showed dozens of ships anchored off the coast. California port delays are just one of the many factors piled into the global supply crisis chain. Boats waited outside the port, which can carry tens of thousands of shipping containers, are added to the global container shortage as a result of shipping delays. Customers are already seeing the impact of shipping delays during a third quarter earnings call in February. Lazy Boy executive said customers should expect delivery dates that are 5 to 9 months out from the purchase date. Texas freeze, as well as the shortage of computer chips, have already pushed companies to increase prices and delay production. Several companies, including Nike, Honda, Samsung, already said they have been hampered by supply chain issues. As a result, California port delays and global container shortages Customers will likely face rising prices and limited options as commodities become increasingly difficult to obtain and produce, and companies are forced to compete for containers and delivery dates. This article here was Yahoo News. It's Yahoo News, April 4, 2021, early this morning, 9 a.m. Second Ezra 6 and 22. First of all, I want to give all praise to Yahweh Bashem Yosha Bashem Rakakadash Kahali Ayam Yahweh Bashem Yosha Bashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles for their edification and knowledge. All praise again to Yahweh Bashem Yosha Bashem Rakakadash. This is Second Ezra 6 and 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. Full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. These storehouses that were once full are starting to become empty, man. You know, when there's going to be delays of supplies and stuff coming in, the Suez Canal issue, the backlog of the ships going globally, internationally to all these countries that need these supplies. So it's a backlog. There's a backlog and delay relating to pretty much these goods getting to the appropriate areas, man, the stores and etc., man. So once, for example, the full storehouses that were full are going to become empty, man. It's going to be a great demand but limited supply, man. We'll read a few verses. It's Jeremiah 8:13. And I will surely consume them, saith the Lord. They shall have no grapes, nor vines, nor figs on trees, and the leaves shall fade, and the things that I have given them shall pass away. This relates to the famine, pretty much. The harvest is past and the summer is in it, and we are not saved. This relates to the state and condition of the Israelites, what they're going through, man. They're going through very harsh conditions, man. Famine, for example, is one of them, man. That's going to happen again. This is Jeremiah 51. 36, therefore thus to saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, I will plead thy cause, and take vengeance for thee, and I will dry up the sea, and make her springs dry. This relates to the prophecy of Babylon, man. Because there's going to come a time where the water is going to be dried up, man. So there's going to be a dearth, a scarcity, man. Go to Revelation 6 and 8. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him. Power is given to him over the fourth part of the earth. As part of that judgment on pretty much multitude of nations to receive that judgment, man. To kill with the sword, and hunger, which is famine, and death, and with the beast of the earth, man. It's all different types of plagues and judgment, man. It's going to happen. And I'll read a few verses up. Number 3, and when he had opened the second seal, I heard the second beast come and see. And there went out another horse, and was red. And the power was given to, horse represents power, man. Like horsepower, that's power. And the power was given to him that sat upon to take peace from the earth, man. That red horse represents the one in power, man. Because that's the one who's taking peace from earth, man. Who's taking a piece from earth right now. We'll continue on. And there went another horse. We'll read it again, number 4. And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given unto him, and sat thereon and take peace from the earth, that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword, man. I'm going to go to 1 Thessalonians 5 and let's do 1 Thessalonians 5 and 3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction come upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. So when they think they are in a peaceful and when they think that they're in a false sense of peace and safety, this destruction will come upon them. And that's going to come upon them like a thief in the night. It's going to hit many of them unawares, man, because they too occupied with that false sense of security, that false sense of peace. That's pretending, but not realizing that destruction is right around the corner, man. Things is actually happening, but they're too blind to see it, man. That's the multitude of nations of people, man. Let me go to Revelations 18 and 8. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death, and mourning, and famine. So famine is one of the plagues that's going to come upon her. And she shall be utterly burnt with fire. For strong is the Lord Yahweh God, who judgeth her. And this relates to Babylon, man. Babylon represents America, man. That's code name for America, man. And ultimately, that burnt with fire is hell. That hell is going to be on earth, literally, upon Babylon, because it's going to be burnt. It's going to be the biggest sacrifice on that altar, man. And how is that through the missiles, man, and other forms of judgment. And I'll just continue reading a few. Let me go up a few verses up. Let's start at number 5. Let's start at the top. For her sins have reached into heaven, and Yahweh have remembered her iniquities. That relates to here, Babylon, man. Because of the blood has been shedded. So, and these things that the Lord remembered, man. Number 6. Reward her as she rewarded you. Double into her. Reward her even as she rewarded you. Double unto her, and double according to her works. And the cup which she hath filled to her double. So she's going to receive double the judgment, man. How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously. So much torment and sorrow give her. For she saith in her heart, I sit a queen, and I'm no widow, and I shall see no sorrow, man. So that's that pride, man. But that was 49 Psalms and 11. 49 Psalms and 11. The inward thoughts is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations, and they call their lands after their own names. So inwardly, they think their kingdom is going to continue forever. They won't be brought down, and no one can bring them down. So they have that severe, highly megalomaniac type God complex, and that's related to their pride and arrogance, man. Therefore shall her place come in one day, death, mourning, and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord Yahweh, who judgeth her. And the kings of the earth who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her, because they benefited off of her economically. They made a lot of money off of Babylon, America, man. You know what I mean? So they're going to partake the judgment, man. Relating to Jeremiah, they talking about they've been drunken with that wine, but the nations are coming mad. So they've been drunken with that wine, man. But that's another, subject. The kings of the earth have committed fornication, lived deliciously with her, shall bewail her and lament for her when they shall see the smoke of her burning. And standing afar off, fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, the mighty city, in 1 hour thy judgment comes. All the years historically using certain people to help build up this nation, in 1 hour is going to be judged, man. All the years of building up these mighty buildings and architectural work and structures, but in 1 hour the Lord is going to destroy it, man. Like it's nothing. This is just a few verses relating to talking about that little famine. I mean, talking about Yahoo News, talking about the backlog relating to these ships and supplies going to and fro all over the world. Give all praise to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Rakakadash, the water for listening, Shalom.